Hello and welcome to Garage Football. We're going to review England's World Cup quarter-final win against Sweden. Right, we're in the semi-finals of the World Cup.
It's coming home!
That hasn't been said all day.
No. Original. No, fantastic. If we go back to some of our earlier videos on Garage Football, we were saying, both of us, we'll be lucky to get to the quarterfinals, and if we can get to the quarters,
That's got to be the aim, hasn't it?
that's got to be the aim, and that'll be success to us. We've surpassed that now, and even Lewis, I know he reverted back when he was on that video. He did say, "Well, maybe we'll make the quarters." He was kind of talking about England winning it, and we were like, "Let's be realistic." But I have to say, mate, I believe it now.
Well, the way the draws panned out and the way England have played, especially in the knockout stages, this is definitely realistic now.
Fantastic. But looking at the game yesterday against Sweden, all I can say is, what did we show? We showed great team spirit again, but above all, confidence.
Oh, absolutely.
We didn't seem phased, and we just held our own for the whole 90 minutes, and we just looked like a great team. And I don't think anyone felt we were going to lose or concede a goal. They had some chances, and Pickford, he kept us in the game as well. So, that's the next thing. The saves he made, they're going to be archived forever. They're going to be those moments where you look back and go, great saves of all time. Maybe that's a bit extreme with some of them, but it's fantastic for the World Cup. I just think we played brilliant, really good. And I can't wait to the next game. So it started off in the first half. What did you think?
Yeah, it was the first 20 minutes or so was quite sluggish, wasn't it, from both teams? Passing wasn't quite at it, was it, from both teams? It's a quarter final of the World Cup at the end of the day, so both sets of players were bound to be nervous, weren't they? But eventually England gradually started getting more control of the game, and eventually the goal come on the half-hour mark. Another set-piece goal. Been great set-pieces throughout the tournament.
Yeah, it's been our thing.
So we've that's a great weapon to have, and been using it, haven't we? So Ashley Young crossed the ball in from the corner, and Harry Maguire, bullet header right into the corner. Fantastic goal, and he's deserved that, hasn't he? He's played great this tournament, and he's fully justified Gareth Southgate's selection, because there was talk before the tournament: is he going to start? Is he going to play Gary Cahill instead? Because he had a great end to the season with Chelsea, or Phil Jones. But the way Maguire's played,
he's a machine.
He's fully justified Southgate's faith in him. He's been great.
I'd say he's had that quality of back in the day with England, when you had like your Tony Adams, when you had John Terry, when you had people at the back that were really good. This is his generation now, and he's got his own style. And he's, like I say, he scores goals. He goes to the front and he holds his own.
He's a throwback, isn't he? No, he brings the ball out from the back, and that's why our three at the back really suits him and suits our team, because he can get the ball and start running into midfield and go, but knowing that he's got cover of another wing back or another centre back, or Jordan Henderson can fill in for him. So, and he's got the confidence to do what he wants with the ball. It's, you could easily see him playing midfield. He could easily do that, but keep him at the back. He's as I say, he was a great header. He deserved that after these performances in the World Cup so far. Another top performance by him.
Absolutely. And again, second half, we still held our own. And we made it 2-0 with Dele Alli. Which, you could say that, looked offside at first, but then when you look at it back, you're like, no, it's clearly on.
He was on. Sterling was off.
But,
Dele Alli was clearly on.
But that was the confusion at first. It came over.
But that was a good cross by Lingard, wasn't it, to the back post? And there's a really good header by Ali, who seems to be getting back to full fitness after his injury earlier in the tournament. That was a good header. And it reminded me actually of when England played Sweden in 2006. Steven Gerrard did a very similar header when he scored. So, good omens there. So that was a good header by Ali. And we deserved it. Our start of the second half, we really hit the ground running. And we had a couple of chances. Like Raheem Sterling, he had a couple of chances during the game, didn't he? And if he had his Man City shirt on from last season, he would have buried a couple of them. or at least one of them.
Yeah.
But I think he's been getting a bit of unfair stick personally, because look, he hasn't scored, and for England he's only scored 2 goals, which for someone of his ability is not good enough. But I think he's played well enough to keep starting. What do you think?
I think I disagree, mate. I think he is a good player. If you see him for City, and when he was at Liverpool, he's always been a good player. But I must say, with every game we've had so far, when Sterling's been playing, I just see him as at the moment, a bit of a liability. He gets the ball, he makes some good runs, and then he kind of fluffs it all the time. And he just, for me, at this tournament, he's the one that I think's lacking a bit of confidence. I can't see any benefit to him in the team in this tournament.
No, but I think we showed that yesterday, especially when centre halves like Sweden, they're quite slow, aren't they? He just always, the ball in behind is always there. Jordan Henderson played a couple of great forward passes, and he got in. Now look, he hasn't scored, but he's stretching the back line, creating space for our other attackers and midfielders. He offers something different. Now look, he hasn't scored, but he's always asking for the ball. Now, if he was lacking confidence, he'd be hiding out wide. And we saw that at the Euros 2016. He had a very poor tournament, but he weren't getting the ball. He went in at threatening areas. At least he's staying central and actually offering something. And look, I think he's drew a goal, and I think it would surprise me if he got it against Croatia.
Maybe, yeah. I just think personally, I'm not saying he's terrible, and he is a good player in his own right, but for me, I just don't see him fitting in with the team at the moment. This tournament so far, I think he's the. I don't know. He's the weak link that not anyone talks about personally. He kind of gets brushed over that he is good in the team, and yeah, he's a good player, and perhaps we just need to give him a bit more time. And we're winning, so.
But I have to say, not every player is going to be 100% top form. It'd be unrealistic for that to happen. You're going to get a couple of players who are not 100%. I'd still play him.
I would have him on the bench for the next game and bring him on. Then he might have more of an impact. But since he's been starting so far, I've been so bored watching him throughout the tournament. I just think, get him off. But I'm not saying he's useless, because he's not. He's got his pace, and he's got his little perks to the team. But I don't know. I'm yet to be convinced, to be fair. But. No, apart from that, I think, when we won the game 2-0 was an incredible feeling. For you and I, our first experience of England getting to the semis. I mean, 1990, you wasn't born. No. It was the year I was born. I was only about 4 or 5 months, we're during the World Cup.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I'm not going to remember that.
Yeah.
And this is just a fantastic feeling.
It's amazing. As you said earlier, we both thought quarters would be a good achievement for us. But, the way the draw's panned out now, and the way England have been playing throughout the majority of the games, why can't we get to the final? Croatia, it would be a hard game, but it's definitely winnable. Although saying that, they'll be thinking the same about playing us. We've
just got to keep the confidence going. Now, let's go back a little bit. We didn't do a big review video, did we, at the Colombia game?
Yeah.
So, with that game, I would say the 90 minutes, we did sort of hold our own, but we made quite a few mistakes, and it weren't as strong, if you like. If we had lost that, which we could have, what would we have been saying about England? From that match. Now, when we kind of got to the penalty shootout, on the flip side, all the negative vibes we had about England, if you just look at Lewis's reactions on the reaction video, I think even he would agree that the penalty shootout was fantastic. We showed confidence, which you don't get with England, do you? And that's a good positive sign.
Well, I think the way we won the game against Colombia, like the shootout, and we were even behind in the shootout, weren't we, when Henderson missed his penalty. I think that took us a whole new level of confidence into the Sweden game. Because if you win in a shootout, doesn't matter who it's against, it's going to breed new confidence, isn't it? You know, and you feel like you can do anything if you do that. So England never won a World Cup shootout, had they? So to do that, you know, the shackles are off. I felt against Sweden. You know, we haven't had a great record against Sweden. I think Gareth Southgate was right, where I think we underestimated Sweden in the past, but we just played our own game. They wanted it scrappy and, you know, niggly fouls and try and nick the goal from a set piece or whatever. But we just played our own game, mate, didn't we? And it felt weird. It didn't feel like a World Cup quarter-final, you know, knockout match, like really under pressure. It felt like it was an international friendly in February or March or whatever. That's how easy England played. And then, Sweden had 3 really good chances. But Jordan Pickford, you know, he justified his faith, Gareth Southgate's faith in him. You know, people were saying, he should have been dropped against Belgium. What a load of rubbish that was.
In the words of Lewis Hookins, ridiculous.
But no, 3 great saves, weren't they? And especially his distribution as well from the back. Yeah, I think Southgate's made the right choice in picking Pickford and keeping faith in him.
Absolutely. But so we beat Sweden. We're in the semi-final.
Yeah.
Croatia. We can do it.
Of course we can do it.
We can do it.
Yeah, they've got fantastic players. Luka Modric, Ivan Rakitic has a great midfield. Mario Mandzukic up front. He's getting on a bit in age, but he's still a top striker. So they've got threat. They've got threats over the pitch more than what Sweden have. But we saw against in Croatia's game against Denmark, they were lucky to get through that. You could even say again in the game against Russia as well, they were quite lucky to get through that one. So they're there to be got at, definitely. But you know, easily they could say the same about us. You know, we were quite open in the second half yesterday against Sweden, so I think there'll be plenty of goals, I have to say. But if England keep playing the way they're playing and we don't get any injuries, you know, I fancy us to get to the final. Didn't think I'd say that before the tournament.
Really?
What do you reckon?
Well, there's only one thing I can say, mate, and I agree with you. And in response, all I can say is, it's coming up. We're going to do this, yeah. So let's just get behind England, and I think everyone at home, England fans, get behind England. We can do this. It's coming home.
Definitely.
It's coming home. But anyway, thanks for watching this. You know what to do. Get behind England for one, and get behind Garage Football by subscribing. Please subscribe and follow us on Twitter, Garage_football.
That's right.
See you later.
Take
care.